And once again, it's on. You are now rocking with the best. Y'all thought we were done, but we lied. We are back and better than ever. We had a pop out show, y'all, and we're back on this emergency NBA free agency special. A lot going on in the league. Of course, I got my man Isaiah Carter with me this morning, killing him in that throwback. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. What's going on, good brother?
What up? What's up, good brother? And we are back. We are
Yes, sir.
back. We are black. We are back.
We are back.
Yes, sir.
A lot going on. Hey, y'all, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Politics Talk. You know, we are Politics Talk. We are Politics as
Yes, sir.
Usual, the NBA podcast, covering everything NBA related, and we're throwing some kicks as well. Some hot ones jumped in July 1st. I saw some of them kicks. Jordan Brand, get on. We can't wait for 2025. I don't know what y'all doing this year. Y'all got it together for next year. Y'all can have all my money. Take my money. Yo, we'll get to that on another episode. Yo,
Little
we
Jodeci.
made some move today in free agency. If you can't tell, I'm a little excited about what the Sixers did today. I almost threw all my six. I almost came dressed like Simi when he hit Queens, New York.
with the New York Mets jacket on and all the buttons.
I was gonna put it all on, man. So matter of fact, you know, we've been away.
Yeah.
So we gotta say congratulations to the Celtics.
Yes, sir.
They made some moves today as
Yeah,
well.
man.
Listen, they handled it. We thought it was 6 or 7. We were mistaken. Without Porzingis for most.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Boston. Yeah, shout out to the Boston Celtics pulling off the 2024 NBA championship. Like you said, it ended up being not as great of a finals as we would have hoped. But even though I am a LeBron fan, so I'm with the Lakers, and I'm a Sixers fan because I'm a homeboy, I was happy for the Boston Celtics. So that team, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, love Drew Holiday, Porzingis, I was happy for him to get one. Not so happy for the coach with that hairline, but shout out to the Celtics though. It was a good win for them.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to see Jaylen Brown. Man, they was hard on them boys, man. Yo, the criticism. I just can't imagine how much they were being criticized in Boston media. They was getting like that from everybody else, but man, you know, it got.
Remember all the talk about Jaylen couldn't dribble with his left hand, and he got that big contract just this last summer, which was the richest contract in NBA history, right? Until today, when his partner in crime, we'll get to that, Jason Tatum, now has the largest contract in NBA history, but he got that major contract last year, and he put his money where his mouth is, Jack.
You ain't lying. The dough was flowing in Boston, and I was excited to see those guys get it. And Jalen Rose put up a clip, him being one of the only national media members to be like, "Y'all crazy for thinking y'all should break these two up." I always thought that was insane. Rarely do you catch two wing players. They're both 26, 27. They could possibly have another good 6, 7, 8 years.
Right. And if you think about it, Jalen Rose was one of the main ones to say that, but it was looking a little shaky. They got off to a nice start, but nobody was talking about Jason Tatum in the MVP conversation. We talked about that. Jaylen Brown had an awful showing in the slam dunk contest. Let's not forget about that.
That's probably ruined.
Let's not forget about that.
The all NBA defensive team is that we can't put you on anything after that slam dunk.
After that slam dunk contest. But man, when the playoffs came, man, they Jaylen Brown was as good as advertised, man, and
redeemed himself, man.
Little bit of a controversy, I some would say, as far as with the MVP, but hey, man. You can't take nothing from Jaylen Brown, Jack. He hooped this playoffs, and they got the job done. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they both got a championship ring coming.
Yeah, man. And I wonder, you know, about Milwaukee. Like, man, we should have tried to do something else with Drew.
Right. And the thing is,
he was right on the Celtics.
Right. The thing is, as much as it's Porzingis, the difference is Drew.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's Drew. I mean, shout out to Marcus Smart, though. I was
Oh yeah,
unfortunately that he couldn't be a part of that team
yes,
because he
yeah,
was such a major part of that. But
mhm,
Drew's the difference, man. Drew's the
yeah.
difference maker. Him and Porzingis. Shout out to
Mhm.
Joe Mazzola. We joke about him, but great
Yo,
coach.
he's a great coach. I gotta give it to him.
Great
Gotta give
coach.
the
Yeah.
weirdo
Yeah.
great coach though.
Yeah.
Weird.
Young guy. Young guy. What Al Horford is older than him,
Yeah, he's
correct?
great, like 35 years old.
Yeah. So
Now,
but shout out
jeez,
to the Celtics.
another guy I was glad to see win. I think he might be one of the oldest players, to win it this late in their career. He's 17, 18th year. I know Dwight Howard was up there too,
Yeah.
to win your first championship this late in your career. So I was glad to see Horford get that, man. And they bringing the whole band back together next year.
Yeah, man. As Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Al Horford, man. It is
Mhm.
funny, man. Years ago when he was on the Sixers,
Oh,
playing along Embiid, we said, "Oh man, it's time for Horford to hang it up."
I was
He
I wanted
goes
to throw
back
stuff at
to
him.
Boston, and man, it
Yo,
was the perfect fit.
yeah,
Perfect
man.
fit.
I
Yeah.
think
So
you think Ben Simmons
shout out
was
to
in the
them.
way when they was there. There's too much clogging.
Yeah, not. I mean, but the
Yes.
thing is, Al Horford can stretch the floor, though, as we've seen.
Yes. Did
He
he hit
fits.
a three for the Sixers?
I don't feel like he shot any. He couldn't have. He couldn't have.
Yo, I was like, why couldn't he stretch out? Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind. We
yeah.
moved on. We had a good day.
Yeah,
Life.
so shout out to those Boston Celtics, but let's move on, Jack. It's been July 1st. July 1st has been an extremely busy day. I Today was my first day back to work, and I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. The first thing I did was open my phone to see that Paul George is coming to the Philadelphia 76ers, and I couldn't be more excited.
Why
So
George?
shout out to Paul George and the Philadelphia
Oh
76ers,
man,
Jack.
listen. And I was thinking people saying the years and the dog. That trade's gonna be a bargain when you see these players making 70 million in 3 years.
Right,
That's what people were getting. And we're not concerned about that. We're concerned for these next couple years
right.
as Paul George fitting perfectly with those two. People forget about that. It's the great fit. Clay would have
Yeah.
been good too, but Clay's not an off the ball guy
I
who
think
can
Clay with Paul George would have been
that would have
great.
been that would have been the
That'd
same.
have been
They'd have
fantastic,
pulled
right?
that off. That'd have been in the sea. Matter of fact, nobody gonna get to Clay. Didn't get that a lot of money.
He
Like,
wasn't apparently he wasn't really looking for that much money. I
ooh,
think he kind of came
that,
to a realization, like you said, we'll get to that, but I like the fit for Paul George for the 76ers. I mean, you got the most dominant offensive force in Embiid when he's healthy. You got a rising star in Maxey who can definitely score, but is not afraid to pass the
just,
ball. Definitely not a ball hog. Just that chemistry. Paul George doesn't need the ball all the time, and he's still a pretty good defensive player,
yeah,
Jack.
that's another part. Great point. He's off the dribble. He can spot up. Makes 40% of the threes.
Right.
High 80s on the free throw line. Can handle the ball. And this will probably be in his career probably the least amount of pressure he's ever played with.
Absolutely.
Even with Kawhi, he was the number two guy.
Yeah.
Probably, truth be told, a lot of times number one. Even
Yeah.
Kawhi had the
Absolutely.
name and was injured more than him.
Absolutely.
So man, he's never played with a player like Embiid.
Yeah.
How
And
much easier the game is going to be for him? Listen,
yeah.
he's going to do exactly what we wanted your boy Toby to
Don't get me started on Toby.
do. Here's the thing about George that I like. If we say we need 30 tonight from
Yeah.
you, he can get the 30.
Right.
See, that's what I think the Sixers was missing, and everybody's trying to get that other person that can give you 30. The Celtics got three guys that can get 30 on
Yeah.
demand if you need. I think you need that
Right.
in the playoffs.
Yeah. And on any given night, you can say, like, listen, George, we need you to shut down the best offensive
Because
player on the other team. We need you to shut down Jason Tatum.
we need you to stick one, and that's another been a hole that been driving me crazy about the Sixers. They've been getting a lot of small guards. Milton, sorry to see him go. He's a smaller guard. Even Harden, they're smaller. So
Yeah.
Tatum and Brown, they 6'8", 6'9". Now we got 6'8" Paul George there, man, and I like him bringing back Kelly
Kelly,
Oubre as well.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So we could stick with the Sixers, Jack. The Sixers had a busy day. Like you said, they re-signed Kelly Oubre. They gave Tyrese Maxey that big contract that was
well worth it. Yes,
well deserved. They signed Eric
yo,
Gordon.
he's gonna be like 28 when the contract's done. So when the contract's done,
Tyrese Maxey, yeah,
he's gonna be even better.
right, yeah.
It's really gonna
So
be his team.
yeah, so you got Maxey, Eric Gordon. They
Love it.
re-signed Drummond, which I
Love.
thought was they needed that. They
Oh my
needed
God, drive me crazy.
yes.
Drive me crazy. And I think they get Paul Reed's already signed. And, and I'm putting Paul Reed to that 4.
Yeah.
I mess around and start Paul Reed.
Yeah, it's not a bad
Got to
idea.
play big today, man.
Him trying to back up Embiid was too much pressure for him.
Too small.
Yeah, he's not a center.
No, like we'll get to him. Just run up. Like when I was watching Hartenstein,
Yeah.
he's a legit center.
Yes.
And I would watch him and Reed go. I was like, nah, Drummond is a legit center.
Yeah.
And Drummond's still probably 10 and 10.
And all you need Drummond to do is block shots, get some rebounds, and score a couple points here and there when the ball comes to you. We don't need you making no
dumb
moves.
plays. Don't try to go coast to coast like how you was in Chicago. Don't try to get the alley over your teammate and injure him. He did that last year. That was probably the craziest play of the year. But just play good, solid. And Nick Nurse knows how to put people where they're supposed to be.
Right.
The Sixers had probably the best free. I'm trying to picture an article now. Top free agent signings. I can't never imagine in the Sixers history they had some good trades. They got Moses in the trade.
Which is
never got a free agent for real.
Right. And you figure, I mean, as far as the moves, the people that were available, in the moves that were made today, you would have to say that the 76ers had the best day as far as the trades goes. They definitely got a lot better. They let Tobias Harris go to the Detroit Pistons.
He still got a lot of money.
Yeah, what, 52 million for 2 years?
Yo, I was saying to my friend of mine, I was like, man, watch how much money he get in this contract. He still did well. I thought he might have got in the upper teens. He's still pulling 25. He's a great guy, though.
Yeah. We joke about him, but yeah, definitely a good guy. And it's funny because you see the move that he made. He's not chasing a championship. And I can't fault him. Like, listen, I'm gonna go out here in Detroit, go out here to Motown, and I'm gonna go get this money. I'm gonna go get this money, and then after these 2 years, maybe I'll go.
Maybe I ain't got no. I ain't right. Go get that bread.
Yeah, go get the bread. Get my numbers up. Go out there, just jack with no pressure. Put shots up, no pressure. Hey, I can't.
They playing in Philly and playing in Detroit.
Every shot big matters. Difference.
At least we act like it. I'm talking about the second game of the season. Every shot matters.
Yeah, expectations are a lot different in Detroit than they are out in Philadelphia. But
it was sneaky though. That Eric Gordon, I didn't see that coming. And if y'all have seen Eric Gordon play, you can book 15 off the bench.
Yeah, and you don't need many minutes from him, which is going to be important. So I think he'll be fresh come playoff time.
Made a good move.
They needed too much from him out there in Phoenix.
Didn't like that. No.
Wasn't a great fit.
No.
Wasn't a great fit. But in Philadelphia, he'll get those open shots because Paul George is going to require a double team at times. Yep. Embiid obviously is going to get double team. Maxey is all over the court. Those shots are going to be open, and Eric Gordon, especially in the playoffs, Jack, that move is going to pay dividends.
And before we move on, I said it's crazy though. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get that in my low don't sleep, so I'll wait for it. Who was the who was the next who was the next kind? So much happened.
Yeah, let's talk about Clay, Jack. That has kind of been Paul George was a lot of the talk most of the morning.
Yeah,
and somewhat the afternoon, but when I was watching it for the last, the afternoon into the evening, that Clay leaving Golden State is a big deal, Jack, because that man helped them put 4 banners in the up in the air, Jack, and I don't think Clay felt appreciated on the way out, Jack.
His was crazy. They offered him that 2 and 48 in the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
Now that's looking like I know it's just that's I just how is Steph feeling? Did they have like, yo, man, we can't give him, or the Steph order was Clay like, I'm just not going to even entertain y'all.
But you know what he got going to Dallas? He got 3 for 50,
50.
3 years for 50.
I
Like, I
saw
mean,
that. I was like, come on. I said maybe the
yeah,
Sixers could have got both of them.
that's what I'm
I did
saying.
not expect them to get that,
3 years, $50 million.
That's a nice fit down there. Down. I like him. I like
You
him.
fit. Toby got more than him.
Yes,
Toby's making more a year than him.
almost double. And I'm like, yo, and Clay, that's a good fit down there in Dallas. And him, I like that squad down there. Even though, I wish they could have kept my boy Derek Jones.
I
I
know.
like
It
him.
was sad to see him
I
leave.
like him out there on the wing. That's gonna be.
Where did he go?
I said I went
Where
to
did Derrick
Clippers.
Jones go? I saw that he left. Where did he go? Clippers?
3 and 30 million. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the Warriors are doing. I can't find a plan. Is this a hard
Well,
rebuild?
well, it's they let go of Clay. I think that relationship had kind of soured, especially
That's
once
terrible,
Bob
man.
Myers left.
He
Um,
he didn't want to make none of them hard decisions. I don't blame him.
yeah, and I think a little bit of it is a slap in the face to see all the money that they gave to Draymond.
It's a lot.
You know what
That's
I
a lot.
mean? And to see what they
Poole,
offered Clay.
you watch Poole get a lot of cash.
Mhm.
You watch Draymond get cash and have after sucker punching Poole. So he had to watch a lot, man. And they kind of,
Yeah,
remember, like, I think really when they benched him, that was a lot to take
yeah,
for him.
yeah. I don't think he's in a point in his career where he was mentally ready for
Nah, not in the
that.
middle of the season.
Nah, coming off the bench.
That's
And
probably the off the season. Maybe they'd have signed him, try to talk him to that this season. I
yeah,
think that's hard. You
because
can't take a guy who played at that level, put him on the bench in the middle of the season.
it's Ray Allen. I mean, Miami bought Ray Allen off the bench later. Like,
Yeah,
they did it when they signed him. They didn't
yeah,
start him in the beginning.
can't do
And
that, man.
then, yeah. So I think, I think he probably could have accepted it
Yeah,
if it was done different. In his mind, he feels like I'm better than the player that you're trying to play over me. They were trying to figure out a lot of things. I keep hearing Laurie Markkinen as
woo,
somebody that they're
man, that'd be
targeting.
nice. That'd be nice over there. Yo, and
But
did
apparently, Jazz are looking to ship him away.
did you see what the Clippers allegedly turned down for Clay for Paul George? It was Paul George and a bunch of picks. And the Clippers, I don't know what they're doing either. The Clippers. I
Yeah, they shut
can't
down
figure
that
it out.
trade, right? They didn't want him to go to Golden State. It sounded like.
Yeah, but they turned down. And if I'm them, I'm trying to get as much as I can, even because Paul George left for nothing.
Nothing.
So
You
I'm
gave up
trying,
all those draft picks to get him. We'll
and
get
I'm
to
with
OKC
them.
here in a minute, but OKC is still
Yo,
going to Sizzler off
yo,
of
still,
06. We go with Sizzler.
yeah, yo, man. And speaking of OKC, they had a great that is an organization down there. They gonna be
Hearts.
dangerous next year.
How do you say his name? Hartenstein? Man,
Hartenstein,
he is a good player from New York, man,
you know what's
signing
crazy?
with the
They gonna have
OKC
three
Thunder
white
today.
players starting. You don't even see that no more. Three white dudes start,
Yeah. Caruso, you got
and two are from America.
yeah.
Been
Yeah,
back
they
home for
they
real.
they
Yeah.
had a great offseason, Jack. I think Caruso
Ooh,
was a great signing, and
man.
I like Hartenstein, Jack.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
all their main players are young, Jack. You figure Caruso might be like one of the older statesmen on that
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
And a Heat, man. Great shooter, defense.
Great
I know
defender.
that's when the Lakers let him and KCP go. They're still trying to replace him.
Yeah.
Still trying to
Yeah.
replace
And speaking of KCP, he was on the move today.
Yeah, we got
Orlando. I mean, I guess it's not as weird saying that a player went to Orlando today as it
yeah, it's
once
crazy,
was
right?
years ago.
Crazy.
I
I'm
had
like,
to I
what?
had to stop myself, but that's a nice
Orlando.
pickup for
Man,
Orlando.
listen,
You think they made a playoff run, and they took that thing, what, 6, 7
yeah,
games?
it's 7, matter of fact.
7, yeah,
And
took us
almost
7 games.
won. Matter of fact, now and here's what's crazy about that to me. They have 47 wins last year.
Mhm.
That young core, that coach knows what he's doing. And
Yeah, and
KCP
you
bringing all that championship experience and
absolutely.
shooting they lack. Yo, I,
Absolutely. And you
that
you
team.
you you allow that Palo to get a year better. Palo. You allow him to get a year better, a
Oh
year
man,
stronger. The
yo,
playoff run was great experience from him. He got a
yes,
taste of it. He knows
yes.
what he wants next year. Watch out for that Orlando team,
I
Jack.
like that team.
Great
I like
pickup.
that team right there. Yeah, that's a good pick. And yo, got me wondering like, what's going on in Denver? Denver cannot keep those key. It can't keep outside of Murray and like how they lost Bruce Brown.
And that losing of Bruce Brown proved to be the difference between
Oh yeah,
a championship and not a championship. Having that bench it means a lot.
so I'm like, what are they going to do? Because haven't seen them replace anybody. I know it was a rumor about Westbrook, but I'm taking KCP over Westbrook at this stage, just
Absolutely.
for his shooting and his defense. People forget KCP is like Paul George in the sense he's going to guard the best two guard.
And if KCP gets hot, Jay, he can give you five
Uh,
threes in a row. He
easy,
can hit five threes in a row, Jack.
easy. That's a good pick. I was hoping I wrote a piece about 3 moves that the 60. I put 3 realistic moves because I
Right.
didn't think this time last 2 weeks ago they had a shot at. I said he's got to work that thing out with the Clippers. But I was like, if the Sixers could get KCP, they can make moves now. But they got the big fish.
And you know what was the most telling thing for me? And I'll be honest with you, it's when they were on
Yo,
inside the NBA and Embiid did that move. He's, hopefully we can get a.
yo,
And when Paul George didn't budge, I said, "Oh, that's the body language of a guilty man. That thing is already set in
he,
stone."
he didn't shoot it down. I
No,
was like, time
he
out.
didn't
Oh, I
move.
said,
I don't
wait.
even think he blinked.
Yo, I said, I said, wait a minute.
I didn't think it was possible until that day.
Man, I knew they had the money, but I was like, he gonna leave LA? He
Yeah,
gonna man, listen, he was out of there. And that I don't know. Those franchises, I don't know what's going on with the Clippers. Cause I know Kawhi, and I was arguing with a guy. I said, Kawhi may be the luckiest elite player we've seen.
absolutely.
See, to land with the Spurs
Mm-hmm.
and to land and get that championship at the Raptors, that kind of made him a made man.
Yeah.
But really, when you really examine it closely, man, he kind of, 60 games here, and he like runs the Clippers. And I did not know till Wendy broke down ESPN that Kawhi signed that deal without Paul George knowing. They
Yeah.
tried to do
He
that
found
deal
out
together.
when he found out. Yeah.
That's so they picked him and Harden, who got that 2 year. He's another guy he's looking for the big check over George. I don't know, man. Then Tyronn Lewis, like I know he loved George. So
Mm-hmm.
what they doing out there? Going into the
On
new
most
building without Paul George?
on most nights, like you said earlier, Jack, Paul George was the best player.
Played 75 games last year. He
Yeah.
made the all. Dude was the all. He was there, and Kawhi didn't make the All Star game.
Right. Didn't play enough games, did he?
Yeah, no, and he's George was the All Star.
Yeah. I think, you got the Facebook and the Instagram commentators that talk about how old Paul George is,
Oh,
and all, like,
okay,
everybody knows everything, right, Jack? I mean,
okay.
from the outside looking in, and who are we, right?
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, Jack, that is a great fit for not
Fit.
only Paul George, but for the Sixers. Embiid, it takes pressure off Embiid. It takes pressure off of Maxey to still give him a chance to grow. Nick Nurse is a great coach. They got
Exactly.
good pieces around him. There's no way, like we said earlier, Jack, that you can say that anybody had a better day than the Philadelphia
And here's
76ers.
the key. I think they do it right. They don't have to play as much.
Yeah,
They gonna be. I can see them running through teams. Healthy Embiid,
Yeah,
Give me the Embiid we had last year, mixed with the Paul they had last year. Just put that together. Just give us what they
absolutely.
did last year. Man, they are. It's going to be them and the Celtics. But
Yeah,
there's still no answer for Embiid.
no,
No answer.
absolutely not. And now it's hard to double team him as much because so you mean to tell me you got Maxi over here and over here, and then you
Oh,
got Eric Gordon down here in the corner. Like,
I
what do
love
you
it.
do with that?
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, but
Who else got some cash?
yeah, segueing into our next kind of topic, the contract extensions, Jack. Yeah, I mean we talked about Maxi, we
Yes.
talked about Tatum. Uh, that Tatum contract, I feel like that was a statement by the Celtics. They, that controversy, Tatum Brown, like they try to downplay it. Oh, that's my brother, yada yada. Nah, they needed to make Tatum happy. They needed to give him a little bit more bread than Brown got to make him happy. Like, listen, you didn't get the Finals MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. Like that stunk.
Oh, yikes.
But we're gonna give you your bread because I mean, come on, Jason Tatum. I mean, I feel like he's the better player, but man, I don't know.
I said, this is the crazy. This might be the craziest, the most even 1 and 2 tandem ever.
Yeah,
Because I
I don't
always
know if
thought,
we've ever had,
yeah,
it's this close. Tatum used to be a lot better than him. Brown, man,
yo, that brother worked on his game, and each year he really went to work on his game because he could not keep that ball in his hand against the Warriors.
yeah.
He went from that to the ball's in his hand at the end of the games against the Mavericks.
And you know what I think the difference is between Tatum and Brown outside of Tatum having that wonderful hairline and being a light skinned brother?
Oh,
Um, I think Brown has the dog getting that Tatum doesn't have.
yeah, he's a tough guy.
Brown
Yeah,
is a dog, Jack.
even though he's quiet too,
Yeah,
you don't want to mess with him.
yeah, yeah. He has that the spirit of of a dog in him, and Tatum just kind of doesn't have
So
that.
laid back. He's
Yeah,
so nice. Taylor's such a nice guy.
yeah, and that doesn't always play out in your favor, Jack, because while their numbers were very similar in the finals, I think Tatum might have averaged like a point or two more than him, or something like that. Like it was very close, but you figure Brown was sticking,
Yeah,
Luca most of the game.
he probably had the
Um,
most memorable moments.
yeah, and
Jump shot. Yeah.
when it comes down to big plays, I think more of those were from Brown.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I think Tatum was really going for it in the last game. He
Yo, this
clearly
guy
was
get 50
trying to
points.
he was clearly trying to put his stamp on it and get the Finals MVP. And unfortunately, the voters saw through that, Jack.
Yeah, yeah. He said, yo, they was up there. He said, I'm gonna get all my points. Get all my points. Yeah, man. But I'm just surprised that so many like Obi Toppin got some money. And I was
Mhm.
glad to see him because they was, Tibbs. Oh, timeout. What I forgot what the Knicks did.
Let's talk about that, Jack.
Timeout. I'm trying to figure out like they gave up a gang for Mikal Bridges. That's a
I
lot.
think it's a lot. It's a lot, but if you think about it, though, that fit of, I mean, those
You know why I think
Villanova
it's a lot?
boys,
Because of the OG. Now the OG I probably wouldn't have done because he's injured all the time.
right?
He's young and injured. So that makes me, but I guess they had to do it. I'm saying, if I was in front office, would I give McHale and keep Hartenstein, or they had to pick two, I guess.
But so, I mean, who's
But
your big
Randall
guy?
is coming back.
Who's your big man now? What's my man's name? They got
Mitchell
rid of
Robinson.
Hartenstein. What's
Mitchell
his
Rob,
name?
Mitchell
Mitchell
Robinson.
Robinson.
I know
But who's backing up Mitchell Robinson?
that's the thing.
They were in a great place with
I like
Hartenstein
those
and
teams.
Mitchell Robinson. Those two guys were interchangeable. Neither of them cared about starting. Neither of them cared about points really.
And
Mitchell
OG wanted
Robinson's
to
probably
play.
Mitchell Robinson's probably a little bit more offensively gifted
Yeah,
than Hartenstein, but they're both tough players. Mikal Bridges is another
yeah.
wing 6'9". He's going to play great defense though. I think
Yo,
it makes him tougher
here's what's crazy. He never missed a game since high school. He
until he
missed
comes
he missed one
to
game.
Tibbs.
He missed one game with Tiz. They are going to, oh, that's gonna be crazy.
And not to mention that New York media is different, Jack. So like,
Ooh.
yeah, it's going to be tough though. But I like the trade. It does feel like they gave up a lot, but it reminds me that team reminds me of the Boston Celtics, not the Boston Celtics, the Detroit Pistons
Yeah.
with Rip, Chauncey, Tayshaun. Chauncey was not, I mean, he's known as Mr. Big Shot now, but in the scheme of things, Chauncey was a good player. A
Good.
good player. I didn't say a great player, he was a good player. Rip was, he's we're homegrown, but he
Yes.
wasn't a superstar.
Yes.
I think Chauncey and Rip were stars
Yeah.
for
Definitely
sure.
star. All stars. Definitely all
All
stars. Yeah.
stars for sure. All stars. I'm not saying anything bad about Rip or Chauncey, but not superstars in the eyes of
Like even
having a Sprite
Rashid.
commercial and all this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like even Rashid. Good, very good player.
very good player, all star for sure. Ben Wallace, hard worker, defensive guy. Tayshaun, great defensive player. You had all those guys coming off the bench. Great coach. And that reminds me of what this New York
Yeah.
Knicks team is. And I think that with all those Villanova guys, they all get along. They all always already know how to play with each other. So, Jack, watch out for those New York Knicks, Jack.
I'm definitely
Behind
glad.
Boston Celtics, the Sixers, New York's right there.
I'm definitely glad that the Sixers got Paul George because of those moves.
Yeah.
Because they already had DiVincenzo and Hart, and you see what they did to us. Like they were just we did not have that other off guard that they respected. That's why they were
Right.
just running. See, Paul George is going to command a level of respect there. But watch that. I'm gonna be watching OG's health guy. I'm gonna stay healthy. And that center position. Because remember, Mitchell had that ankle injuries.
Yeah, he's a little injury prone
Yeah, he
himself.
had serious injury problem. So but they got it. They got a good squad up there. Those three teams is crazy, man. Boston, that whole I-95, those games are going to be lit.
Yeah.
Boston, Sixers, Knicks, Boston. Yeah, that's the East. That's funny. Like they kind of squeezed Milwaukee out, and I didn't see Milwaukee make a move yet.
No, I think they put all their, eggs in one basket to get Lillard. But the thing is, I mean, that's offense, but
Yeah,
now you see in today's NBA is so much more. You need 3-point shooting, you need defense, you need a wing defender, you need a big guy defender. You need all these different pieces to win now.
that can move. You gotta be able to hit your free throws. It's so
Yeah.
much more. Yeah, man. But they should be trying to grab one of them young wing bulls out there. Like if they'd have got a Derrick Jones.
Yeah,
They
I was
missing
going to say that.
kind of, oh goodness. We having another discussion.
Yeah. And it was definitely a lot of good moves made. Not so many moves from teams that we felt should have made some moves. I think the Lakers are still trying.
They got the Rose. They try to reel a bit.
Oh man.
What do you think?
From what I'm hearing, I would love to see it.
I think they get him. That's that's a sleeper.
But this is the thing, a person that we're forgetting about though. Let's not forget that Chicago Bulls are still trying to get that. From what I'm hearing, the Chicago Bulls are not as concerned with getting rid of DeRozan. They're more concerned with getting rid of Zach LaVine's contract and Ball's contract. They're trying to get rid of those contracts.
Like nobody's biting on Zach because of the injuries or the contract.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both, Jack.
I was hoping the Sixers wouldn't do that.
No. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if the consolation prize was Zach LaVine.
You don't fit like George
Yeah, it doesn't fit like George. I wouldn't have been mad if that was the consolation prize, but Paul George is definitely the better fit. But you figure if a team gets Zach LaVine, he hasn't played in what, practically a year. He
Yeah,
should come back healthy. He should come back well rested.
yeah.
I mean, a playoff team with a hungry something to prove, Zach LaVine could be tough, Jack.
And with all the free agent, we wasn't back to talk about the draft.
Yeah, let's talk about it real quick, Jack.
Well, I'm not gonna act like I'm a draft expert this year. I
No.
was there, I covered it, and man, I needed the research. They usually when
Did
you
did
tweet,
did you need to pay attention to the name
yo,
tags, Jack?
killing me. And when we did that, they usually put the where they went to school and all that. They just gave us pictures this time. So I was asking the dude next to me, like, who's that coming down?
Who's his mama? Who's his daddy?
Who that play for? Who he played for? It is funny.
Yeah.
I talked with Jay McCain, and I didn't think he would last that long. The Sixers picked up, but the first guy I met on the red carpet was Dalton, the dude the Lakers picked. Dalton
Yeah.
He was the first
Yeah.
dude I met. And I was
Yeah.
looking at that, I was like, oh, he's gonna go early.
Yeah.
I said that's a free agent. They got a gift. They
Yeah,
can
that was
plug him right
getting
in.
him at 17. That was definitely a gift, and it's funny because the power of LeBron. He talked about him a couple months ago. He shouted him out, and lo and behold, here he comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. But
So LeBron got
listen,
both his picks.
yeah. So let's have this conversation briefly. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but you guys that are hating on LeBron James getting his baby boy a job in the NBA, gotta cut it out. Y'all gotta cut that out. I couldn't wait to get on here to tell y'all to cut that out, man. Cut it out.
Y'all need to find something. You need a mentor. You need
Yo.
a guy. You need a guidance counselor or something. There's no way in
Listen.
the world. I said I don't let my daughters do anything hard if I don't got it. If I can open a door, the door is wide open.
Wide open.
I said, I don't understand. What are we talking about? Listen, if I was the supervisor at Taco Bell and my daughter turned 15 years old,
she gets a job.
It's no interview. You're in.
She gets a job.
I didn't know how this works. It works like that on the other side. The Bus family never had a conversation about, are y'all going to y'all going to own the team? You want us?
Yeah, you get right in.
CFO, you're going to do something.
Listen, y'all got to cut it out. I got people calling me to get a job at the Timothy School, so you better cut it out thinking LeBron ain't going to get his son a job on the Los Angeles Lakers, Jack. He did what every good dad, I can't remember who said it. I can't remember. It might have been 6ix9ine or Tez. I can't remember. One of those two guys, I think it was 6ix9ine, said, a lot of you guys don't take care of your kids, and it's telling. Because, any parent, like, dog, my kid's not struggling if he don't have to.
No, man.
You can call it what you want.
That's one thing. I don't believe in making it hard for those who come behind you. I don't believe in that.
Not mine. Not my babies. No.
I said, no, man. If I'm LeBron, he's supposed to go to the best high school nutritionist. He's supposed to get the pick. Man, they have those backroom deals all the time.
All the time.
They've been talking about free agency for months. Some of these deals that have been done for months. They just bringing them out to us today. That happens all the time. And I love it when Black folks do it. I love to see it.
Absolutely, Jack. I tip my hat to LeBron James. Shout out to
a lot
Brandi.
of people mad because they can't do it on no other level.
Right.
Don't be jealous, man.
No one man should have all that power.
Woj came on there and said it happens in the newsroom, it happens in the media all the time. Brenda Malone, Mike Malone, Van Gundy's. We can go on and on and on, man.
Absolutely. Cut that out, y'all. Y'all got to cut that out. Please. We don't even need to spend no more time on it. Cut it out. But Jack, let's talk about who you're not sleeping on, Jack. Who you not sleeping on, Jack?
Don't sleep on the Clippers.
The Clippers
may go down as the worst organization of yo.
Oh, you guys didn't see that spin coming.
Oh,
It's
Clipper
not the don't
slander.
sleep that
Y'all
you
thought I
used
was
to.
done. Oh, I flipped it on him. I flipped it on him. Yo,
Spin move.
Paul George for for the Canadian. The bull on DJ Head said was talking to Big Boy. He said, you know the Canadian. I said, you can't even say his name now. So State gets that trade. All these picks. They give up all that for Paul George. They let him walk for nothing.
Nothing.
You gotta
going into a new arena, Jack.
Sign and trade, get something. I said, yo, they will. It doesn't matter. Ballmer, Ty Lue, it's something about their franchise. They always on clip. Now they go from being, remember they was on that win streak. We said, yo, this way beat her. You know, they always fool us because they look good.
Do me a favor, Jack. Be real quick. Do me a favor. Take your apology back for when you was talking bad about him in the beginning of the season. And then you apologize. Take your apology back, Jack. No. Take it back.
Take it back. Yo, and it was just like, I was just like, yo, and this is when I want y'all to look and we get to see how good Kawhi is now. Yo, he gonna get sick of James Harden. Watch that dynamic. You know, because James Harden is good at throwing a tantrum. We saw that. We know. Houston knows. Brooklyn knows. So
absolutely.
That's and it's funny, just the irony of that about me riding on them for Harden going there and Paul George comes back.
Listen, they did not see that spin move coming.
We chin music and I whoop. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yo, do you got a stat?
Do I have a stat? Listen, the
The
stat that I have, Jack, is a stat we just talked about, Jack. I didn't even dig deep. LeBron James is the first NBA player. I'm sorry, you guys don't got to like it. It's our show. We can give you the stat that we want to get. You don't have to like it. You see Jay-Z, he's the GOAT. LeBron James is the first current NBA player to play in the NBA at the same time as his son. Not only play in the NBA at the same time, play on the same team. I saw a meme that said LeBron James is apparently sleeping with his new teammate's mother.
And everybody knows about it. This is public.
Public knowledge. He's sleeping with his new teammate's player.
That is you talk about manifestation and willing that thing to happen.
Yeah.
You told him 2 years ago, he said, here's the crazy. He said he would like to go out like that. But now he's too good. I said, when I was a baseball guy, so I watched Ken Griffey and his daddy play. He was on seniors on his last legs. LeBron is still incredible.
28, 8, and 8.
He's still, he messing around to have Bryce on the team.
Listen, December 30th, Jack. 2024. This man turns 40 years old. You know what it feels like to be 40, Jack.
Oh.
It is a difference. Like, I don't think people really understand the shape that this guy is in, Jack, to be this good, this later.
It's so different now. I had to see a podiatrist today for a foot thing that just happened, and I don't play no sports no more. 4-0. It's different, as they say.
Jack, I've had a sprained wrist for 2 months. Guess how I sprained my wrist?
Tell me, sir.
I sprained my wrist on Mother's Day. Taking a nap. I woke up from a nap and my wrist was sprained. I must have been laying on it or something. My wrist ain't been right since. Welcome to 40. And this man is averaging 28 and 8. Tip your hat to him, guys. We're gonna miss him when he's gone.
You can't shake that stuff off no more, man. I'm trying to figure out what is he doing. And I'm excited for Brandi. I went to the draft because I was hoping maybe they'll invite him and I'll get to talk to him. They usually invite the second draft. I said they should have made an exception because history is going to be made. Because that is a phenomenal thing, man. And people are, and Nick Wright on FS1 was like, the way people are acting, they're messing up one of the greatest sports stories we've ever seen.
Ever.
Because every Jordan would have loved to do this.
Yeah,
Magic would have loved this. Bird,
absolutely,
Jack.
absolutely.
On the other
Any
side,
of
you don't think that Lisa Leslie would have loved to play in the WNBA with her daughter?
come on, man.
That could have happened. I mean, this
Come
is
on.
incredible, man.
Come
It's
on.
funny all the time. Your pops is so proud of you getting an education like he was.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, that just,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely. And Bronny's jersey's already flying off the shelf. I
Oh,
believe he picked the number 9. Jersey's flying off the shelf.
I gotta get me
The
one of those.
the news stories that are going to come from it. So Los Angeles Lakers, regardless, are making loads of money off this 55 pick.
Yeah,
Like,
ain't
we're
that
not talking about, like, they make it seem like the
crazy?
Lakers wasted the number 2 pick on him.
Listen, man.
55 is
Yeah,
one of the greatest NBA story next to LeBron passing Kareem
yeah,
in the
man. It's an
last 10
incredible
years.
story, man. Yo.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, man, only thing that can go wrong, if I see LeBron out in the nightclubs with Brandi, that's it time. Both of y'all, both of y'all go home. Yo, you see Savannah looking at him when he was trying to go up on stage, they said at the pop out.
Yeah, no.
Yo,
Sit
I
down.
know that look. I know that look.
Yeah, every black man knows that look from a black
That's
woman.
the
Sit.
just go right to the car. Just
Yeah,
start.
yeah, yeah. You need to relax. That was that look of like, come on, you're doing too much.
You're having too much fun. No, that's the stat. That may be the stat of all time right there.
That
That
is
is,
the stat, Jack. It wasn't even worth digging deep for
that's,
anything other than that. So shout out to LeBron and shout out to Bronny, Jack.
oh yeah.
Great story, Jack. So you know what time it is, Jack. It's time for them shout outs. You got some shout outs?
Man, I am prepared for my shout out this time. I was in the Ville for a second. Mr. Wayne Carter turned 60 years old.
I saw that. I saw that.
Then I got to see some folks I haven't seen in a long time. So shout out to Drake Money and all those Wayne Carter.
Dre, money.
Yes, Justin Carter, Curdy, the whole family over there. Happy birthday, Wayne. It was a stone cold groove, and I'm still sore.
See that? Welcome to 40.
40, man.
And you weren't even out there dancing hard like you were back in the day. You weren't at Bobby dances. You
Nowhere
weren't dancing
near.
like that.
I'm just a two-stepper now. And it still hurt.
Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. So yeah, Jack, I got some shout outs. Before we got on, I was down at the legendary
Mm.
Ash Park playground for Hoop Dreams, the summer league. Shout out to my little cousin Brandon Jacks, that is the founder of Hoop Dreams.
What up,
Down there
man?
watching the future, Jack. So shout out to Brandon. Shout out to the legendary Ricky Campbell, Mr. Everything. Rick does everything.
All that.
Shout out to
All that.
Slay. He does everything. Shout
Deacon
out to
Campbell, what's up, brother?
Yes, sir. So shout out to Ricky Campbell, Jack. It was great watching those guys play down there. We go down there. My family is Keezy's son, Kai Brown, Jack, and he's cold, Jack. He going to the 6th grade, Jack, but he's a hooper, Jack. So we went down there to go check him out.
Yes.
It's a lot of ballers coming up though, Jack. So shout out to Hoop Dreams.
Can I get one more shout out?
Absolutely.
What's my man named the Water Ice downtown? Everybody's telling me to go check him out.
Richie's.
That joint was this big. I said, give me a regular gelato. I got one for my mom. I was spilling it all in the car. It was so much. Y'all should have warned me. It was fantastic. And he got Jamaican patties in there. That is a spot. I said, if he was anywhere near me, they'd be sick of seeing my face. Shout out
Listen.
Richie.
Anybody that is in the Coatesville, Pennsylvania area, Jack, let's go show Richie some love, Jack. That is definitely good water ice. Let's help keep him here in Coatesville, Jack. We know how businesses do in Coatesville. Go get you some water ice from Richie's.
And then he can sponsor us.
Hey, Richie, listen, you help us, we help you, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. It was good, man.
Yes, Jack. What episode is this, Jack?
29.
29. I don't even know, Jack. 29.
29.
And that's it, Jack. That's episode 29. And no, you will not get me this week. I'm going to get you. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get your mind right. So I'm giving you a couple seconds. Give me something smart.
Something smart. In 5 seconds. JJ Redick, what are you doing?
Oh my God. Oh man.
I forgot about Reddick.
This crazy show.
Yeah, man. Oh, we got it.